finally fills in.
Man, it really does. Weird. Wasn't nearly this full for our panel. Go figure. Ladies and gentlemen, that man right there, that's Jensen Ackles, and that man is Jared Padalecki. What's up, New Jersey? How we feeling today?
Good question. Whose first time at a convention? What took y'all so long? 20 years. Just kidding. Welcome. Welcome. Big time. It's amazing to hear all the new thoughts. I'm still amazed that this little show we started in 2005, over 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Who is not yet 20 years old? So in twice your age, jumping is gonna hurt everything for that. Which is why we do these on weekends. So we have the week to like ice bath, chiropractor, massage, etc. I'm speaking for Jensen.
Everything hurts.
But here we are. Thank y'all for bringing us here. This is awesome.
Love being back here. Thank you guys for coming and giving us a reason to be here and sharing the love that we all have for, like you said, this little show that good. And we're still here, still doing it, still talking about it, still loving it, and still happy to do it. So thank you. Well, if you guys want to talk about other things too, we can, we can.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding. But speaking of, we should probably take some questions because we don't have all day.
Yes.
Just
unless y'all do. Or y'all
yeah, I mean.
Somewhere, somebody who works in the hotel is like,
no, guys, we gotta wrap this up. This is. All right, which side? Okay, let's go over here. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? My name is Jennifer Kramer, and I'm up here to say hi from Trish Baker from Attitude.
I saw Trish.
She wants to say thank you for all that you've done, and I know Trish because I also lost my son to suicide.
So.
And what I want to say is thank you for putting your own mental health struggles out there to help other people. So thank you, and always keep fighting.
Amen. Thank you, Jennifer Baker. I'm sorry for you guys.
Wasn't really a question, but that's all right.
I'll take it. I'll take it. But you know what? I'll do a question. Jennifer Baker, where do you live? You can just yell it. Yeah, so is she, I guess. Okay. Jennifer Baker, what is your mother's maiden name? What are the last 4 digits?
Hi.
Hi guys, hi Billy, hi Mike, oh yeah, hi.
Hey. All right, and you guys are done. That's it? Get off the... Okay, just kidding. Billy, get back here. I can't do this without you. Mike, stay right here. Okay. I can't... Okay.
Okay.
I got nervous.
So my name is Ann, I'm over here from Alaska.
So your name is Ann?
Yes.
Over here from Alaska?
Yeah, that's my full name. Over here is my middle name.
Is that German? It's
Alaska.
It's Alaska.
There you go.
Well, you really picked the closest one of these to come to, it sounds like.
Yeah, I just really wanted to get away from the cold for a little bit, so.
Got it.
So one of my favorite episodes is the episode with the Xana.
That one. Yeah. Will you remind us what it's about?
That's usually the first thing I think of.
Oh, Sully.
Yes, Sully.
Yeah, so the boys covered Xana. They had Xana in there, and so I was wondering, since we didn't get to see Dean's Xana or his imaginary friend, what do you think Dean's would have been? And also, what would your Xanas have been as Jared and Jensen?
I know for sure, as far as, well, I know for sure that Jensen would love to answer this question first. Well, take it away.
Dean's would be Jessica Rabbit. No. And mine? I don't do that. I don't have imaginary friends.
I'll be your imaginary.
You are my imaginary friend.
Exactly.
Got it. I don't, I don't know. I'd just be making something up.
I'll make something up.
Okay, please help me.
Okay, I got you. Mine would be a dog of some sort. A talking dog.
Like Rin Tin Tin?
Sure. Yeah.
Or Scooby-Doo?
Maybe more Scooby-Doo than Rin Tin Tin. But I find myself, I don't talk to...
Or Brian? Family Guy?
Oh, yes. Not that one. I don't want that one. I like to watch them. I feel like I don't often find myself talking to inanimate objects or objects that don't exist or things that don't also talk English back to me. I know it's speak American, but also talk English. Sort of in there. But I do find myself talking to dogs. Not, they don't talk back. But I'm like, hey buddy, like, I know, I got you, me too. Oh, one of my goats. My goat who got his ears bit off by a dog. It's crazy.
Did you have a talk with that dog?
No.
Tell him we don't bite ears off?
No. I talked with the goat. First.
What does the goat say?
Well,
you can just call me Jensen, it's fine.
He's... This goat that I talked to, he's my buddy, and when the dog attacked him, he lost one of his ears, so he became Van Goat. True. And this happened, this literally happened on set. Genevieve and I were on set. Anna Fricke, our showrunner and Walker, was directing it. Found out our goat got its ear bit off by a dog, and I was like, Van Goat! Is he okay? Anyways, that goat apparently is Dutch, so we don't speak the same language. But I'll go with dog.
I'm so sorry for everything that just happened.
Thank you. Thank you,
Anne. From Alaska.
And from Alaska. Mwah.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, nerds. So 20 years ago, I was a teacher when the show started, and I have since changed careers, and I'm now getting my doctorate in archaeology. And I'm wondering if you guys had the opportunity or decided to change careers, what would you pursue as far as academia or?
Yeah, amazing.
Wait, doctorate in what?
Archaeology.
So archaeology.
Archaeology, okay. I heard something I didn't. Okay, yes, archaeology. Got it.
I've always, this didn't seem realistic as like a career path, but for me, I always thought geology rocks. But geography is where it's at. Yeah. That's such a good joke, fuck off.
No, we get it, Jared. It's not, you don't have to explain the joke.
I can do it
Like
again.
we're a goat with one ear
Damn goat.
that doesn't speak American English.
I'm proud of that. I'm sticking with it. Jensen.
I mean, at this point, I don't know. I had probably ideas of maybe a backup plan when I was much younger, but now if this doesn't work out, I'm screwed.
So he'll be
Yeah, if I wasn't an actor, I would probably be an out-of-work actor.
Amen. Thank you so much for your question. Apologies for the dad joke. Cheers.
Hi, my name's Taylor. This is my first convention. I'm loving it so far, so thank you.
Yeah.
I actually just celebrated my birthday, and Jensen, my best friend Emily, who's here, put your face on my cake, which I will be showing you later at the autograph table, so stay tuned for that.
And did you eat my face?
Cut out that part for my piece, so yeah.
Well, one question, Taylor. So,
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Taylor,
Yeah.
swiftly,
Uh-huh.
was it that gets a laugh, but fucking geometry. I've always wondered what it would be like to take a knife to Jensen's face. Was it cathartic? Did it feel good?
You know, it was a mix of emotions, really.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
it. Tell me
was.
more.
Yeah, so I loved that I got to be the one to do it, and that was for me.
Creep.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, but in a good way.
I don't like where this has gone at all.
Because
Took
I
a
want
left
my
turn.
friends to have that piece was for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. Hi, Emily, wherever you are.
yeah, I'm over there. Okay.
Hi.
If you could relive one day in your life, like the best day ever, which would it be and why?
Can I reword that just to make it make sense? I'll start with Jensen. Jensen, if you could relive the best day of your life, what would it be, and why was it the day you met Jared?
I have so many thoughts right now. I don't move. Personally or professionally?
Whatever you decide. Yeah.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna say something funny.
Oh, here we go. Mike, get ready.
This isn't gonna be a dad joke, but I mean this legitimately. The days I think about and reminisce over that bring me a great feeling of nostalgia to this day are not days that I knew at the time were going to be meaningful for me. So the classic answer is like the day I got married, the day I had a child, the day my kid went to kindergarten. But those days you kind of go in knowing that they're going to be monumental. You know, the first time you take a kid to school, the first time you become a parent and you hold your baby, and they're amazing. But for me at least, I was kind of aware that it was a huge moment. And so the days I think about often are days that really nothing happened. As bizarre as that seems, and I think we even did kind of a supernatural episode in the final season where it's like, oh, Dean's making his bed, Sam's doing laundry, like all those days where for some reason, like finding the peace in where you are, being present. I think a lot of the days that I think about are not days that I went into going, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be memorable, this is going to be something I think about forever. It's been something like, oh my God, I remember that day where Tom, my 13-year-old, wanted to go bike riding. It wasn't like, I'm going to take my oldest son on a bike ride, we're going to have a great time. And we do bike ride, but I think about it all the time. So I think for mine, I can't place one day out, but I think it would be surprisingly boring to somebody else. But for me, it like sits in a place that I hold very near and dear to.
I'll go opposite. So, like he said, you know, those kind of monumental moments in your personal life, I'm sure those days are amazing and they're held in high regard. There is a day, or maybe even more of a moment that I won't ever forget, and I think about it. And it was when he and I walked out together for the last time at San Diego Comic-Con. And it was, so I'm gonna go more kind of a professional, but a personal professional. And seeing that crowd and soaking that up the way that we got to do in that moment, that was something that I'll never forget. And it's something that I think is one of the reasons why we keep coming to do these things, is because you guys give us little pieces of that in every one of these things, and it's a moment that we still continue to cherish. Thanks, David. Hi.
Hi, my name is Callum from Brazil. I believe Brazil loves you. And my question is, if the Impala turned into a Transformers, what would be the first thing that I would say to Jim?
If the Impala turned into a Transformer,
What's the first thing?
is it say to Jim?
Yeah.
Who's Jim?
Jim.
Dean.
Jim. Yeah.
Dean?
Jim.
Dean, yeah, okay. If the Impala turned into a Transformer, what would be the first thing I would say to Dean?
If the Impala turned into a Transformer, the first words I would say to Dean would be, I love you too. But when you beat up my trunk, that really pissed me off. And I'm going to stop with that.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Hi.
Hi, my name is Aileen. I'm from here.
Sorry, what was your name?
Aileen.
Kaylee?
Kaylee?
No, Aileen.
Aileen.
It's a weird name.
Not alien.
Close.
Okay.
I just finished my master's.
Congrats.
So my question is, what is the coolest thing you did where you were like, holy crap, I did that, and it could be from the show or just in general?
Oh, cool. The coolest thing I've done where I thought, crap, I did that. I think show-wise, we had some pretty big, so even though he and I are both athletic guys, always have been growing up, we like to do our own stunts. They still, the studio and the network still by and large want your stunt doubles to do the majority of the work, but he and I are so fucking stubborn. And we're like, we'll do it, yeah, we'll try it, whatever. And so there were a lot of stunt sequences that were long and arduous and difficult that he and I would do, and our stunt doubles would do as well. I think of like Shapeshifter, it was called Skin. that fight sequence, the finale, the barn fight sequence, was a giant day. It was 2 days, but the fight scene was 14 hours, one day, all these movements, the jumping out of the plate glass window, not knowing what was on, we knew what was on the other side, but that was season 5, I think. We were running from, I think, Alice there, and we go through the window and drop farther than this. And there was, you know, it was a stunt window, but it was a stunt stained glass. And so we were just like, all right, it's been fun, let's go. And action. And we go and jump through and free fall onto the pads. Thank God we're still there. So work-wise, I think those instances, I kind of go like, oh yeah, that was cool. Oh yeah, I was young and I could heal. Not like that. Person-wise, I'm gonna say right now, and all the right nows. I mean, he and I have chatted more times than I think about like when we started this show in February of 2005. Before like started filming, it was just sort of like, hey dude, maybe the pilot will air on television. Maybe like our parents will see what we're doing for a living. Swear to God. And so then we're gonna go to series. It's like, okay, Wendigo and Hookman and Phantom Traveler and Dead in the Water, etc., etc. It's like, cool, maybe we'll get like a season out of this. Maybe like our friends will finally see like what we've been doing for the last several months. And so being here now and being a part of something, not only a show and a project, but a legitimate family where a lot of people in this room have expressed, and not just this room in New Jersey, but this room in Oklahoma City next month, or and wherever we were last month, Boston, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where they'll come up and say like, hey, I met my best friend because we met on a supernatural group chat or something, and they'll travel now, and feeling like I'm some part of that, I'm some part of this family, is pretty fucking cool.
We were up in the green room and I found a putter and a golf ball. And Jared put a cup about, 10, 12 feet away. And I took one stroke at it, rolled right into the cup, and I just walked away. First try. Mic drop. But here's the thing, I love to do like those kinds of like, remember we were in like a hair and makeup trailer, at the end of the day, we would go back in there and we would like wash our makeup off, or if we had blood or whatever, prosthetics and stuff. And they would give us like hot towels to kind of like clean us up. And the basket for the dirty towels was, probably where the keyboards are. Yeah. And we would every night we would wipe our faces off with these wet towels, and then I'd ball it up and I would. And I'm not kidding, between he and I, we were probably 80 to 90% of the time. We would. By the final seasons, it took a second because you have to wad it up, because otherwise you'll throw it and it opens up in the air like a flying squirrel with the stops. We figured it out. We figured that out. And it's like doing little things like that throughout my day or throughout my life. I realized that it's if you have the confidence that you're going to make something, or you're going to do something, you're going to land it, or you're going to kill it, or you're going to whatever it is, it gives you the opportunities to do it. If you don't try, then you never get that satisfaction of. And I kind of live for those little moments. And fortunately, I now get to have them in front of my children. And that is the best. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Shelly. And first off, I just want to thank you guys for being here.
Shelly, you're not from New Jersey, are you? Where are you from?
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay.
Easy,
Okay, calm
easy.
down.
Jesus H. Christ.
Okay.
That's probably so my question for you guys is, between your first convention and the conventions now, what is the biggest difference? Other than the amount of people.
Gray hair and hangovers.
No, you had that back then.
You're older than I am.
Doesn't show. Okay, wait, I guess it does. Honestly, it kind of goes back to what I was just talking about. I would say the confidence that I think we have now to get up in front of the crowd and speak honestly and authentically to them. I think in the beginning, when we were doing these, we were much more guarded, much more like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah, we were also like still in it. We were still doing the show, and so this was. I'd be nervous. You'd be nervous, and I think the more repetition you get into doing something that makes you nervous, the less nervous you get, and the more confidence you get. So I would say that's one thing that has changed. Is just the comfortability that we have getting up here and speaking with you and being honest with you and truthful and authentic and answering questions in a way that we're not kind of like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or I don't want to, we're pretty good at not saying the wrong. I'm pretty good at not saying the wrong thing. But no, I definitely think just overall confidence in getting up in front of a crowd and speaking. That was not something I was really great at. I know that people are like, you're an actor. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not in front of a crowd. I'm in front of a camera and a camera crew of 15 people. Like they're all doing jobs. So this is much different than being on set, being in front of a camera. And I would say the confidence level has increased and the nervousness has decreased in the years that we've been able to do these.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll say, we may be saying the same thing, just with different language, but I think for the time when we were filming Supernatural, which was 15 years, I enjoyed all of these, and I enjoy all of these, but I still felt like I was on the job. And so I still felt like there was, and not like I was thinking about it consciously, but I think at the back of my head, I still had work to do, and I felt the responsibility of 1,000 people or how many people taking the time out of their weekend, saving up money to come spend a weekend with these two yahoos and the rest of us. And I was like, I don't want to fuck this up, man. But I noticed, like, I went to conventions before I was ever a guest at a convention. I remember, getting an autograph from Richard Kyle, who played Jaws on James Bond movies. So I've been in the auditorium looking up at stage. And I remember thinking how much of a stretch it was for me at the time to go and get an autograph and get a picture and buy a movie poster of Spy Who Loved Me. But he's been a couple Moonraker. Anyways, digress. But I think even though I enjoyed them so much, and I enjoyed seeing Billy and Mike and Norton, wherever the hell he is, and Rob and Rich and the Gang B show, I still felt like, okay, I still have a job to do, like don't get too cozy, whereas for the last 4 years, give or take, I've been able to enjoy this little show called Supernatural that I'm a fan of as well. So I'm like, my brain and my heart are out there with y'all, like looking up, going like, tell us about the show, et cetera, et cetera. So I think for me, it's the confidence because I don't feel any longer like I have a job to do. I feel like, hey, we're all here to talk about something we enjoy, not to give each other like further responsibilities. And so they've been really, really enjoyable, and I've loved every day. Thank you so much.
Put her in the chair. You want to take a minute, or do you want to ask the question in the chair?
Take a second.
Take a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can we get her a water?
We can go back to you.
Water? We'll come back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Take a breath.
Yeah.
We're good.
You're next, of course.
It happens when I look at him all the time. That's fine. I get it.
That's why I stay right here.
I get it. Yeah, just stay behind me, would you? I don't know. All right, we'll switch gears over here, and we'll come back to her.
We'll be right back.
She's good. She's cool. She's gonna take a breather. Way to go, Jerry. Hi.
How is it?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Ashley,
Okay. Next.
I always tell my friends that I will always be a Team E girl when it comes to Gilmore Girls.
Goddamn right you will.
I almost responded positively to that until whatever.
My question's for you, Jensen.
Whatever. But then what?
My question's for you.
Yeah. What's it like being the least favorite dean up here? Whatever.
There are
Yeah, what is it like?
There are still bloopers to this day that my friends and I quote, and I want to know which one, if there are any that you still use in everyday life.
Bloopers?
Yes.
Oh. I mean, there are certainly a lot of bloopers from a variety of movies. Are you talking about Supernatural specifically? Okay.
Yes.
That I use. Anytime something like spills or something is shocking or bad happens, I like to, and I don't even think this was on, it might have been on the blooper reel, but it was a moment on the show, and it was French Mistake when the bowl of blood on the back of the couch was sitting there, and Jared was standing closer than arm's reach. It was right there. And it started to tip. And it was a bowl of movie blood, and it started to tip, and all he had to do was this. That's it. That's all he had to do to save it from going all over the couch and onto the floor and making us have a half an hour reset. But instead of just doing, he did this. Ah! And then immediately looked at me, who I was standing over here, and I just go, and he goes, I always hoped I wouldn't react like that. So now anytime someone has spilled something or I walk upon something, that a bug or a piece of broken glass or whatever it is, I do that now.
I was so disappointed in myself.
I was disappointed in myself for you. I was like, I always hoped I wouldn't have a friend like that.
Yeah, amen. I think I've done the same. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right, how we doing over here? Are we feeling better? We're gonna, okay, we'll keep moving ahead, and then when you're feeling good, you just step up. Or sit there, or whatever you want. Okay, hi.
Hi, my name is Alessia.
Lesia?
Alessia. I absolutely adore you. I'm sorry, Jared, you're amazing, but Jensen is.
Suck it. Dean from Gilmore Girls.
This is my side, Alessia.
Well, thank you, Lesia. I absolutely adore you. If I'm coming back to Tracker, I would say the odds are good. There was an attempt to get me back towards the end of the second season, which finished maybe a month ago. Finished filming, and just couldn't work it out schedule-wise because I was busy. But we've talked about what the third season, which I think we start shooting in like July or something. So I don't start filming my other show until August. So maybe there's something that we're gonna figure out. But yeah, I don't think you've seen the last of Russell's show. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Ezra.
Hi, Ezra.
First, I want to say my boyfriend Jacob says hi to Jensen specifically.
Fuck, I'm over too.
And my question is, if Sam and Dean had a favorite Marvel character, who would it be?
If Sam and Dean had a favorite Marvel character, well, it'd be DC character, it'd be Aquaman, because Sam and Dean is fish.
I knew you were going there from the way you said the first Sam and Dean. You're like, well, if Sam and Dean, I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Buckle up. This is gonna get
You knew where I was
really
going.
bad. What?
You knew where I was going from the moment you flew here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Days ago.
The moment I walked up here. Okay, if the Winchester brothers had a favorite Marvel character, Marvel or DC?
Either or.
Marvel, you said, right?
Yeah, I said Marvel.
Okay, well, that takes DC out. That sucks. Because I think we all know what Dean's. What? What? Catwoman. I think Dean's favorite Marvel character would be.
It's not a character.
I'm gonna say Captain America.
Who's the really smart one? Megamind? What's her name?
Me.
Bruce Banner. No, there's one who was like a giant. There's one I collected comic books as a kid. Maybe it's easy. He's like has a green head, and he's a giant forehead, and he has a giant brain. What's his name? I think Sam was very bright. He'd be kind of like a behind the scenes. Not Bruce Banner. That's Hulk. No, the smart one, not the wiener. I beg your pardon, sir.
You're thinking of the boys. And his name is Love Sausage.
What this gentleman said, but he'd be someone, I'm sweating, Jesus. Maybe I'd be sweating Jesus.
So, just to recap, Captain America and the Wiener.
Thank you. And Ezra, I forgive you, wherever you are.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Bianca.
Hi, Bianca. Let's go for Bianca. All right.
Sorry about that. My medical condition took place over everything.
It's all good.
Sorry about that. So my question is, what is your song? What is your song that you will belt out in the car, dance to in your house, and sing in front of everybody and embarrass your kids?
Pink Pony Club.
Still your favorite Dean?
Yeah!
Yeah, sing it.
Yeah!
I'm not in the car. I never heard of, I was shooting Fire Country, and we were talking about this show called Gilmore Girls and SPNNJ and House of Wax, Flight of the Phoenix, no. But 11, the actress I was working with, I was going to the Austin Women's Festival, and I showed her the schedule. I was like, yeah, I'm going with Jen, about my daughter. My daughter wants to see Chaperone. This is September of last year, October last year. I'd never heard of her. I'd never heard of Chaperone. And she's like, oh my God, you're gonna love Chaperone. I was like, yeah, that's who my daughter really wants to see. And so we went and saw Chaperone, and then we went back the next week and saw Chaperone. And so now my daughter will sing it, and I'll sing it with her, so I know the song.
Do you want like modern or like classic?
Anything.
What?
Anything.
Classic? I mean, there's so many that I can't not sing to. And I mean, I don't, oh gosh, like, I could name a dozen right now. Just a small town girl. You know, there's, got my first real 16. I literally, like, any one of those types of songs comes on, I'm hoarse.
What about you? Good answer.
Well, lately, okay, usually it's Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle.
Oh
Just
yeah, we know who it's
because-
by. We're in our 40s, young lady. We know who sang that song.
No, but the Belinda Carlisle version, which is amazing if you haven't heard of it.
Lately it's been Skyscraper by Demi Lovato, just because I've been through a very hard time this past year, so that's helped me get through this hard time.
Keep finding music that inspires you. That's what it's for. I will say that I have been, I was home this whole past week, and so I was except for Friday, which was back shooting. But I got a few days off, so I was home, and I was like, taking the kids to school and picking them up from school, and it was great. And JJ is super into Sabrina Carpenter right now. And I now know more lyrics to that young lady's music than I ever wanted to in my life. You don't know who she is? That's why I love her. I wish I could go back, but I can't. The Band-Aid has been ripped off. Yeah, so, you know, just, I will say this, it is nice to see, because I knew of her, but I didn't know music. She's actually really talented. She's like, her lyrics are really interesting. The way she structures music and her songs, I think is just, I'm like, this is actually not just a poppy, kitschy, hooky kind of thing. It's interesting. It's got some gravitas to it. So I appreciate music from all genres and from all kind of, all ages. I think that the music is an amazing gift to the world. So, yeah, thank you. And I'm not going to sing any Sabrina Carpenter songs, so don't get your hopes up.
I will say, so thank you for your question. So my wife and I have tickets to Austin City Limits, the venue, not the festival, and they do tapings, and the tapings are like an hour long, and the audience is supposed to kind of be quiet in between setups. And I was out of town, but Genevieve took Odette to go see Olivia Rodrigo. And so the story that Jen told me afterwards is that during one of the quiet parts of one of Olivia Rodrigo's songs, where it's being recorded, there's a crane. Odette from the balcony sitting next to Jen goes, "Hey Olivia, it's me, Odette Padalecki, I love you!" They had to start over. And Jen was like mortified. Like Jen is mortified by attention. But yeah.
Strong work, Odette.
Strong word.
Strong word.
Jesus.
It's so good.
Hi.
Hi. Before I even say anything, Tori, is she okay over there?
She's good.
Yes.
She's good. She's solid. I'm getting a thumbs up.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for asking.
Yeah. No problem. My name is Brianna. This is my second con. I'm 17. I'm about to graduate, and I was wondering why there's no autograph or pictures of Cliff. I want to see the body part.
Oh. My gosh, will you write down your info, because of all the times, all the conventions we've been to, he actually just had to leave. I know, and he would have.
So if you want to rush the stage, now's the time.
Make it count. No, but I'm sure he would be. I'm sure he would.
James is like, try it.
I'm sure he would be thrilled to figure something out for you. But good question. All right, we'll talk with the powers that be. We'll talk with the bosses and see what happens. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
If you read the letter my mom gave you yesterday, I gave it to you, but it was from my mom.
That's super confusing, but I don't think I've read it yet. I have it. We have everything, and we usually take it home at the end of the convention. So I will read it. What's your mom's name?
Her name is Brenda. She's in the back. She's watched you since Gilmore Girls. Mom,
See,
stand up.
Yeah, Mom, get up. Come on, Brenda.
see, Brenda has.
Oh, you're right there. She's directly in the center aisle right now.
Hi, Brenda. Brenda, you have far better taste than that Alessia chick. Thank you so much. You have an awesome daughter too. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Victoria, and this has been the best birthday weekend ever.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And my question is, what songs or sounds do you use if you're having a rough time falling asleep?
I got it. I use it. I mean this.
All right, well, while you think about it, I'll answer.
This is an unpaid ad. I have no affiliation with this app. There's an app called White Noise. I use brown noise. Yeah. It's just a lot of pooping. No. I use the brown noise. They're like 100 sounds or something. That's the White Noise app. It's like a little crescent moon. I think it was free, or maybe it was $1.99 or something. But there's I use the brown noise app. That's it. I got it. That's it. And I have for like 2 or 3 years, every single night. Yeah.
So, no lie, we've never discussed this. I too have white noise. Yes. And I too use it to sleep most of the time. When I'm at home, I have one of those little noise makers that we put in like a nursery, you know, that we stole from the kids when they were babies, and I was like, this is amazing. We now have like 30 of them. They're in every room. So I don't need it when I go home, but when I'm traveling, I use the white noise app, but I don't use brown noise. Because they do have like colored noises, like pink noise, and blue noise, and green noise, and it's just a different like tone of like, yeah. I use box fan.
Box fan?
Box fan.
Well,
Are you a box fan user? Right? It's the best.
any brown noisers? Yes. See, I will say this though. I also, you know this. I not only use brown noise, but I also, since like Father's Day 2 summers ago, I have that collapsible fan by the bed. So I kind of have a box fan. I've taken it with me everywhere for years. You don't know this? You don't know this?
He has an entire tabletop fan that he travels with.
It collapses down and like telescopes up, and so I hear the fan and I feel it, and I hear brown noise. And then I just play. Jensen, a long time ago, sent me a voice memo just humming, so I played that too.
It's just on a
Oh,
loop.
it was such bullshit. That's actually, like, oh, that's so sweet.
But it's weird because the humming I do is. And I don't know why that works, but it puts it down. Don't believe anything we're saying. This is ridiculous. Okay, where are we? Over here?
Thank you so much for your
Thank
question.
you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. Hi. This is like a nerdy question about the show, but like Sam and Dean have been like so many different like versions of themselves, like demons, angels, like shapeshifters. So like, what was your favorite types of Sam and Dean to like be that wasn't like their normal selves?
Michael.
I want to say this. Mine was soulless. I'll say this, and this is something I'd love for you all to think about. It's not. I think when I approached Soulless Sam, something occurred to me very recently. I was having a conversation with somebody, not about supernatural or about Soulless Sam, but we were talking about like souls, like what's your soul? And I realized that when I was playing Soulless Sam, Jared, kind of was trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and bear with me, but I landed finally on a place, at least for the character, that I don't think humans have souls. I think souls have humans, which is why I think you can bump into somebody in the street you've never met, you've never seen, you've never been to this city, but you look in their eyes and you're like, I know you, or I feel like I know you. And I think our souls are eternal, and I think souls, whatever the definition is, can choose to leave a human and go elsewhere. So I don't think when you say someone's soulless, it means that they don't own their soul. I mean that when you say someone's soulless, it means that their soul has left them. And I don't know, talk amongst yourselves. Rhode Island, neither a road nor an island. Talk amongst yourselves.
I think I got that. But could you just repeat it because I wasn't listening?
I don't believe that humans have souls. I believe that souls have humans. Souls live before us and other humans, and souls will live after us and future humans once we pass. Souls can choose to leave.
Who's living in you?
Well, funny you should ask. I don't know. Somebody older than me. Yeah. Who knows?
Talks amongst yourselves.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you. That's time for the last question. Last question? How you doing? Good, pretty good. It's gonna be the last one. It's the last question. It's the last question. No more questions after this. It's the last question. It's the last question. Go ahead. Hey, just the last question. That's the last question. We're gonna do it. It's the last question. It's the last question. It's the very last question. It's the last question.
Hello, guys, gals, friends. This is Theme. Where are you from?
I'm originally from China, but I've lived in Maryland for 10 years.
Maryland, all right. Let's go to Maryland.
You've been a friend for a while. You've been a family member are on the last question. This is your first time up here for the last question, so I hope
I
it's
will
a
say
good
that
one.
as soon as the music started, I looked over and she goes, "Oh."
It's great that we've turned this in from a prize to a punishment.
Yeah. Now it's
People fight to not be the
prize, punishment.
But now after these years, you get to see what we get to see. So, hi, fellow SPN family.
Yeah, what is your final question?
Or first question.
What is the question that is the final question? All right, knock it off.
Well, my question is, what are some like your go-to places to hang out with each other, and what kind of things do you do?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like we do together, when we're like together.
When you hang out with each other, like what kind of places do you like to go, and then what kind of things do you like to do?
Okay. Well, for me, my son Tom, who's 13, he loves to go on bike rides with me. So we bike ride around the neighborhood. My son Shep loves to.
When we are together, you and I. Oh. When we get together, what do we like to do? Where do we go?
I think so with the kids.
No, with you and I.
Got it. Oh, what do we like to do?
You go bike riding.
We bike ride.
Take it to the
park.
We like
go to the museums.
We like to
Get ice cream.
Ice cream, cotton candy.
I like that going to the museum is a joke.
We read. Yeah, you didn't go to the museum.
We grab coffee and talk.
Yeah. Now,
we eat. We like to eat.
yeah, we definitely do restaurants, and I would say more often than not, it's a steak restaurant of some sort.
Yeah.
We do steak, barbecue, but
Barbecue steak.
the barbecue steak. Yeah, I mean, that's.
Or watch like often when we were in Supernatural and we were making
Sports bars, go to a sports bar and watch
sports
the game.
bars, or like barbecuing at a house and watching the
Yeah.
Cowboys or watching Mavericks or Spurs or something. So it's mostly sports or steak based. Yeah. What do you like to do when you're with Jensen?
I don't know. Maybe I can make rice noodles for you.
Well, phew. Thank you so much for your question, guys.
And that was it. That was the bottom question.
Nice harmony, boys. Michael, are you okay? There was a split second there. Thought you were going to lose an eyeball. As he hydrates, allow me to allow you to say thank you to Mr. Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. Good on you, Robbie. Yeah, Robbie.
We got love, sweet charity, yeah.